Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another round of our Purple Sector tier on the Monday. They had a break week before, so it's been 2 weeks since we had any action of the guys in the Purple Sector tier. And so far we have seen Mansard Bob being the man to beat with 2 wins, and the third he crossed the finish line as first as well, but he had a time penalty, so Neil was just inside of the 3 seconds and took the win from him, and that made he's already leading everybody, the whole field, except for Neil on a race win in points wise in gap. So our eyes are on Mansard Bob, of course. We see Lucky Egg on his first, the first one out on the track. Difficult track, Portugal, with a lot of elevation, blind corners, tricky corners. Except the guys in this tier can use traction control, so that should take the most of the tricky situations out of it, especially the corner. Lucky was in there, and the corner he is going to now, really difficult blind corner. Keeps on turning to the right. Lucky Egg also knows Wrench in the Discord, also a GT driver. Yesterday the GT season started again, the Gran Turismo GT3 car. We had 2 divisions in there this season, really big growth, and Lucky was the one to win the first pro race. So the fastest tier, he was the fastest guy yesterday. So let's see if he can repeat the same stunt here in the F1. Also really difficult turn 1, just inside the white lines. Then we go uphill left, easy to lose the rear, but not for Lucky this time. Hard braking zone with a tight hairpin, and then we go for a quick right-hander into a difficult wider hairpin, but with the height differences it's really difficult to get one throttle here. And we come with another really difficult blind right corner. It's about 3 faces in there. Left up the hill. And then especially difficult corner right downhill. You need the exit here to go full throttle all the way down the main straight. LCC, sorry, was there first on track, missed that. Lucky with an 18.0. Then I saw Mansard Bob was one of the next guys. There we have it, and he's putting his car in a 1:16.7. There you have it, 1.3 seconds clear already. He's setting already a big margin for the rest of the field. I would like to see anybody challenge that time. We had our Wednesday tier moved up 1 week. So the Wednesday tier drove Portugal last week already in break week to give us a chance of having some more reserve drivers from this tier who can already get some practice in. In the meantime we go on board with Ralphie, and there was the pole time. I think is 1:17.0, so Mansard Bob is even faster than the Wednesday tier at this point, and he would have taken pole in the faster tier, as we say it here in the league. So I don't think anybody is going to challenge that time, and I think he's gonna be comfortable there. Can stay in the pits the rest of the qualifying session and save a lot of soft tires for the race. because when it's dry, we will see a lot of soft medium or medium soft strategies, I assume, because the tire wear on this track isn't that high. We see Fosdog DNFing, but that's because he would have a Q-band. He's one of the new drivers in the Wednesday tier. A lot of new faces in there in the past few weeks, in the hope we can keep the tier running. Let's see where Shippo is. Shippo reserved today. Usually see him also in the GT tiers, in the Gran Turismo GT races, where he does a lot for the league. He is one of the tier codes and gets everything done there. And he goes up to P9 with an 18.5. Then we have Stewart on track. Stewart usually up front. Let's see what he can do in Portugal. It's not his season so far. Last race in Australia, he had a big moment with Dan, where they unfortunately collided and both got damage. Nothing really both of them could do about it. But yeah, it costs a lot of points to be that far in the back, especially when Mansell Bob just keeps on scoring wins. So he's going through the last, almost the last corner. Now he's going through the last corner, but it's one flat out, so I kind of consider it to be part of the straight. Keep a tight line. DRS open just for the finish line, and he goes up to third place, just 200s behind Charlie Harris. So there we have the first stints, the first runs. And we see Mansell Bob quite comfortably up there. And like I said before, I don't think he needs to go again. I think this is a time even the Wednesday tier guys didn't make in qualifying, so should be safe on pole already. And it predicts he's going to be cruising his way to a win again, if nothing really crazy happens into turn one. You never know with the start, or maybe even rain. The Wednesday tier had a whole rain race from start to finish. That was another element in there for those guys. So here we have FCT is going into, maybe thought he was going for a second run. So we have Top Car Vlogger here on the second run. I'm gonna take the, what do I need? Let's put this all on screen. We have a bit more information, so I can see like the Red Bull behind him. That should be, ooh, Tom Gofraga into second place, and Mufasa jumps to 7th. And then we have a Merc coming. That should be J.R. Morgan. Catch him just under the line, or is he starting a lap? And the McLaren of Neil just starting a lap. No, that was Charlie Harris. I see just starting a lap. So let's take a first look, a look at Neil's first lap. He's in the last sector with the two hairpins. No, this isn't really a hairpin, but it feels like it because it's such a long corner, so difficult. You need to wait before going on throttle. And That's the difficult part. You don't want to wait. You just want to hit that throttle and get on it. So we see Neil going up to 3rd place. And then we had Charlie Harrison on lap again. Now entering the 3rd sector. Let's see. Oh, and he's losing it and he's crashed. And he's out of qualifying. So he isn't surely going to bros. There you have it. Just what I said. Such difficult corners on this track. And you see him just hitting the throttle too soon. Or maybe it was because he was on the curb. And the car just went from him, and that's it. Just one tiny bit of throttle too much and it's over. It was a good example on how difficult this is. Ooh, is the time car? Oh, he's going to the pits, alright. Maybe he thought he was I think Neil's going into the pits. I missed the one. Maybe Ralphie. No, it's not on a fast lap. See it on the delta time on the screen. Hey, Dan comes close to Mansard Bob. That's a good thing to see for the attendance, for the. I'm searching for a word here, guys. I'm sorry. My English, my brain is farting out. For the spectator, that's the word I look for. The spectator. That's good to see for our spectators. To see somebody getting close to Mansard Bob. Didn't expect it, so it's a good sight. Stewart is on a lap again to catch him. Going for it. Nice full throttle over there. Bit shocking on the steering. Maybe he's on controller. You can see it by the steering wheel going into angles instead of smoothly through the corner. So he's 10th up, 10th and a half. That should mean he should be just getting in front of top house vlogger if he can finish the lap without a big mistake. And here we go, 116, no, oh, 117 of course, 174, indeed, 2/10 up, so just in front of top house vlogger. Did catch it the right way. Gavin Ponton, 6/10 down, so he isn't in a fast lap at the moment. Brian gets in. Lange in the back on a lap. 3/10 up, 3.5 up. Really good. So let's see if he can used a lot of battery already, only 40% left. That should hurt him in the last bit of the lap going on to the straight. 6/10 up, only almost 7/10. That's good, but that's not improving his position, only his time. He needs a second to improve his time. Here he goes. Battery on overtake. Starts seeing the last drops out of it. Is he gonna be enough? Yes, just he improves by a second and one position. That's good for him. Haschnagel, also one of the GT drivers in this tier, with Lucky and myself. I also drive the GT class. And let's see if he can improve his time. He didn't catch his delta so far, so it's going to be a surprise for me too. And there you have it. He improved by 2/10, but not his position. So here we have it. Lucky and Haschnagel again together. So Mansard Bob did go out again and improved by another 3/10. Unbelievable stuff. This guy is finding pace this season out of nowhere. It's almost like he activated some kind of cheat codes So I'm not insinuating anything, but wow, the speed this guy found this season so far is incredible. And if anybody can find something in challenging him this season, because what he's been showing us so far is quite extraordinary. It's a shame our last season's champion Apeldoorn is not able to make it today. Let's catch up new. In the meantime, so as I was saying, Apeldoorn not being able to make it today because of work. He told us he has unregularly night shifts and he doesn't know when or where to show up. But unfortunately, he needs to go drive a long way to be at the workplace today, so he couldn't finish the race. He could start it but not finish it. A real shame to not see him race and be able to defend his title, and see Menserbob putting even more points between himself. We see New improving by a tenth. I don't think he did improve his position there. I was a bit too much busy talking. So I see a lot of outlaps. I see Lucky Egg going into one now. Ralphie going past. Let's pick up Lucky. And then check my mini-map. Hopefully catch everyone in the final lap and give everybody some attention. Because not only the front runners deserve that. There are 20 guys in here, so I'm trying to give all 20 some attention. So really busy in front of Lucky at the moment. 3 cars up ahead. They should all be pushing to get to the finish line, to the starting line, I think. And try to get another lap in. And you see all the puffs of smoke there from the locking brakes of other cars. I think it's been different with the update now. It really looks different. So Lucky didn't improve much. Ralphie did improve, but not this position. If he jumped Stewart, maybe. Stewart is just starting a lap, so he's not the one we're gonna follow. I see a Ferrari in the Haas of Top Car Vlogger. He isn't improving. And then we have an Alpine. No, Brian is the next one for the finish line with, I think it's Ralphie in his rear, but he already finished. What's the other Alpine? No, it's an Aston Martin. Okay, let's see Brian. He's up in 11th at the moment. He just needs like 2 tenths to pick up 4 places. It's really close in the midfield. No, he's going in. Then we have, who's driving? You have a point we saw already in the top car is getting out of the way. Then we have Dan. I think Stewart is in front of that. Yes, I saw correctly, Stewart. And then we have Dan. So let's see what Stewart can do. Can he improve? He only needs a 10th. And yes, he does. He goes up to P3. Dan getting a little of a slipstream from his teammate. Does it help him? He improves by a 10th, but yeah, the time of Menserbob is just unbelievable fast. Gavin Pointer we saw already in the graphical. So one thing I noticed in this in the qualifying session is the graphics on the puffs of smoke, and when somebody goes off track, you saw the dirt flying. It's different. It's a really weird, like a cloud floating over the track. I especially myself driving a cockpit cam, and when somebody locks in front of you, the smoke keeps on floating off track, but it's such a big cloud of smoke. I can't see the corner anymore. So maybe with the way it looks now, the new graphics, hopefully it's a bit less annoying. So let's check the starting grid. Manson, not Bob, unbelievable. 410s clear of Den. Stewart in third. He's back up there. Good to see him there. Difficult season so far, so maybe he can do something really good today. Top car Flogger, also a great result from him in fourth. Neil in fifth. Ralphie up there again in sixth. Top House Flogger 7th. Charlie Harris, Gavin Poynton, real nice qualifying from him to see him in the top 10. Awesome job, mate. 10th today in 10th. And now I just have no time left for the rest. Sorry. So, it looks dry. Is it going to be dry the whole race? Let's see if somebody told me something on... Where's the chat? Let's see the chat. Dry for all. Yeah, Mufasa said already, dry for all. Okay, so we have a dry race. No rain this time. It's like probably the first F1 race on both tiers. There is no rain in what session whatsoever. We all had rain or in quali or in race, or sometimes even in both. So a dry race. That should mean we should see everybody on a medium soft strategy, except if you have already used up 3 sets of softs, or maybe when a safety car comes out and let everybody. So we are racing already. Where are the info, guys? I want to see my screen. Yes, there it is. Okay, we are off, and we have Den next to Manslot Bob, and then backs out of it. Manslot Bob picking up a track limit there, or maybe the game doesn't give it in the first lap, but there we have it. Den in the lead. Ooh, let's pick up Stewart's view. He's going for track limit here. I didn't want it. That's the one I wanted. Sorry, guys. So, Neil on the inside of top car. Flogger wheel banging there. In the back, all the cars going side by side. Let's see. Everybody goes out scot-free. No, LLCC got hit. Alright, let's get back up to the front. In the middle pack, we have Neil. He let top car Flogger by, I guess, again. We missed it, of course, but we saw him going on the inside of top car. Maybe he thought himself wasn't a clean move, so let him back past, or maybe top car just overtook him again with a cutback or something. But yeah, he's there in 5th, and we have yellow. Is that the two? Oh no, it's LLCC again who went off. So Den takes the lead from Manslot Bob in first place, but we see Den on softs and Manslot Bob on mediums. So Manslot Bob is going medium soft and Den is going soft medium. Should be able to create a bit of a gap now. The only risk Manslot Bob is taking here is when there's an early safety car, all the soft runners just go onto the medium and the safety car and then drive to the end. And Manslot Bob is not able to get to the mediums. He needs to go or to the hards, or let's see the tires. What was I saying? So he needs to go to the hards, or so we have a yellow again. Who was it this time? I think Mufasa fell down the order. Yeah, look at this. He has got a bit of a gap. So then putting already 1.5 seconds between him and Manslot Bob. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make the big gap enough. And then, of course, he pits earlier, so he creates an even bigger gap. If Manslot Bob is going to have enough pace to come back at him with the softs and not have the unlucky safety car early in the race. Top car Flogger making a move on Stewart. Nice, easy. New, no, okay, let's get back down the order. Everybody is already into turn 1, I guess, so no more overtaking on the straight. White Elliott starting on the hards, that's an interesting choice. You see, indeed, the graphics on the smoke there has been changed. So then leading Mansell Bob by 2 seconds, who has top car Vlogger now in his rear, also on the softs. Stewart in 4th. Neil also on the softs with top house Vlogger on his tail. And we have another yellow, and that's Lange losing positions. Or was it LLCC again? Ufasa going wide there. White Elliott already picking up a track limit penalty. That's gonna hurt him. Track limits here are also extremely difficult because you have so many fast wide corners where you want to try use up as much of the track as you can. Ballsy move around the outside from top car. Mansell Bob letting him live there. And I thought I saw him just off the track, just over the white line, so that should be a track limit for top car Vlogger. And there we see top house Vlogger getting a track limit, all 4 wheels over the white line. Like I said, extremely difficult here with such all the fast corners. The risk you want to take of being as fast as you can. So we have a Kick Sauber in 1-2. With the soft tires on there. Nice early phase of the race for the guys. And we see another yellow flag. It's already again LLCC spun in the hairpin. This is a very difficult race. Already 30 seconds behind Lange. Let's look at the position changes. Aschnagel picking up 5 places, GR Morgan. Ooh, we see Mufasa again slowly. I know Mufasa is also an elite tier driver on Tuesday somewhere, where he doesn't use any assists and drives in cockpit, so if he does that here, it's not a big surprise you spin in that corner. It's just such a difficult track. Maybe he picks up damage as well. He's going in. And Mansell Bob missed it, sorry dude. Took the place back from top house, or top car Vlogger. And there we have it, a safety car. How did that come? LLCC DNF'd, uh-oh. And there you have the early safety car. This is not good. Yeah, maybe it's too early. I won't say. It's not very good news for Mansell Bob. But yeah, let's see what the guys are gonna do. Are they gonna pit for mediums, the soft runners, or let's see the tires now and what they are gonna put on. So we have Mufasa onto the hards. He's gonna make it to the end. He's gonna try to make it to the end on that. So let's see. Let's look. Then what's is he gonna do? Give up track position or go for the mediums or even hards and finish the race? He is continuing. Yes, he is. Mansell Bob is going in, so he is going to get the hard tire on, and everybody else except for Charlie Harris is in. The rest of the medium runners, yeah. So Mansell Bob is playing the long game here, putting a hard tire on. He's going to the end. Top car Vlogger also. Everybody just on the hard tires. Is there anybody switching from the softs to the mediums? Is the medium gonna last 28 laps here? I know it's gonna be able to do a lot of laps, but 28, I doubt that. So that's maybe why Dan didn't go in. And I think Mansell Bob is in a really good position here if there is not another safety car. So Dan decided to stay out and keep track position on his soft tires. He should be able to stretch his stint a bit with the safety car. I don't know, usually you do like... I didn't check up front what the strategy was, and we had a rain race ourselves, so couldn't tell you for sure, but I think the softs would last here around maybe it was 15 and 18 laps, I remember from last season, so I should be able to get to around lap 15 on the tires. So we see Dan, Charlie Harris, Ralphie and Lucky staying out. Everybody else pitted for new hard tires and are trying to get to the end if there are no other safety cars, and that puts Dan, Charlie, Ralphie, Lucky in a bit of a lesser situation. They need a safety car again to help their race, otherwise I don't think they're gonna make up for the time they are losing a pit stop they need to do yet. Well, let's see what happens. You never know, maybe at the restart we have another hit of guys and DNFs, but yeah, then they are at the back if they make a stop that quick. So let's see how it plays out. I think the safety car is gonna come in at the end of this lap. And when I have just a little bit of extra time now, I'm just gonna head over to the race predictions really quick. We see a lot of Mansell Bob on pole and wins predicted, because yeah, why not? He's so fast this season so far. He's leaving a lot of room now then to the safety car. I think he needs to pick up the pace a bit. Mansell Bob again. We see Mansell Bob predicting a top car vlogger win of New and Ralphie. He's being modest there. An unexpected performance for Mufasa. Won't spin for once. I'm sorry guys, but I'm sorry Mansell Bob, but Mufasa spun already. So that didn't come true. Again, Mufasa predicting Mansell Bob, Ralphie predicting Mansell Bob. Yeah, but almost everyone is predicting Mansell Bob here. I just see win of New predicting Dan. So he's putting faith in Dan. Alright, the restart. Let's get the TV cam on. Wrong button. And he's off. And he's flying. I think Charlie Harris was a bit napping there. 7/10 already. Mansell Bob and Unlucky, also a big gap already. And we see a bit of a moves there. J.R. Morgan going outside of the white lines. Whoa, a big lock up from, I think it was Vosdok, a Wednesday tier driver, through the middle of some cars. Everybody going wide there. Yes, definitely new graphics on the dust and the brake, anti-lock brakes here. You see again the anti-lock brakes on Vosdok, puffing up the smoke in the air. Then it's the second clear already. Ooh, both going wide, and there you have a track limit for Vosdok, almost spinning out there. He went in the corner a bit too hard, the rear sliding under him, but he catched it quite nicely. And you see all the cars there side by side, White Elliott and Heschnagel. A bit slow on the inside of the corner there, maybe allowing Brian to get him. Yup, goes through, but White Elliott sticks around the outside, and then he has a better run. Oh, and they hit each other. Brian and White Elliott were still side by side, and we see Brian spinning out, but luckily no damage done, I guess, and he can continue. So Dan again 1.4 seconds clear of Charlie Harris. Ralphie on his rear, Lucky still in there. great job for him at the restart so far, following in this train. Mansell Bob on his rear for the new hard tires, but I think he's clever enough to not do anything really stupid here and just follow the cars in front. He knows they all have to pit again. He will get those positions anyway. But I also know him to not waste time, so when he gets a chance, he will definitely go for the overtake. We saw in earlier races. Top car Flogger with quite a big gap. Already 2 minutes on Bob. Neil and Stewart fighting really close with each other. I see Vosdok making a move on the FCT in the Delta's timings in the standings. Let's see if Stewart has a run on Neil. MG FCT taking Vosdok back again. Neil also having his rearing open, so Stewart not using up his battery. Oh, Neil a bit of a slide through turn 1. Not helping. Oh, and now we see Stewart having a bit of moment himself, hitting that inside curb there, the sausage curb. So many factors, so many difficult things. You have to. Ooh, I see a big train in front. Let's get up there. That is a nice shot. 4 cars just within now like a tenth inch of each other. Unbelievable how close they can follow each other without hitting one another. Mansell Bob having a little bit of sneak peek there. Oh, and we see Charlie just going to the left. That was a really weird. Oh, Charlie's race. Oh, on the grass, just applying too much throttle. How is he gonna make it out of here? Is this allowed? 10 seconds. Oh, we see Charlie's race just went to I can't say the word here. And then we have a little bit of a moment from Canada. That was really weird. Charlie Harris just wobbling and straight off to the left, picking up 10-second penalty in the process. I think that's a bit harsh. He didn't want to cut the track there, but he had no other choice. Maybe the stewards can have a look at it after the race, but I do think with the upcoming pit stop he needs to do, he will serve the 10 seconds. So that's the race of Charlie Harris over and out. And we have another one in turn 1 was Gavin Poynton DNF'd, and there's a virtual safety car, so it should be a window for Dan, Ralphie and Lucky to pit if they make it to the pits before the virtual safety car ends. Then they lose the least time for the pit stop, because they should be able to make it on the mediums now. So let's see. Then oh, I'm just pressing the wrong button every time. Again, due to the brake week, I forgot which button what is. So then is he gonna pit? Virtual safety car still on. I think he needs to go now. Yep, he does. And Ralphie is going in also. Lucky is still continuing. So we have they're still losing a lot of time because it's a virtual safety car. Almost the whole field goes in front of them. I think everyone is going. Luckily for them, the virtual safety car is still on, but look at this. Let's see the gap to the leader. How do I do that again? Leader. He still lost like 21 seconds on their virtual safety car. That's a lot of time. He's not going to be able to make it up. Mansell Bob's 6 lap old hearts. Tire deficit is a bit, but not that big. So let's get it back on interval. Let's get a bit more on the screen too. The virtual graphs are still being out. Oh, it's a Oh, it's a safety car. Why am I missing that always? My screen is saying virtual safety car. I was saying it was a lot of time. No, that's better news for Dan then. In this case, I don't get why Lucky didn't go. I just want to stretch it out and go for a set of softs, I guess. But then he needs a third safety car to save his race. He's not gonna make it otherwise. And then we have Mansell Bob in the net lead again, with Neil on his back and Stewart. Neil sneaks up to the podium places again, starting in 5th. He's somehow always managing to sneak his way up there, and he's showing us that you don't always have to be the fastest driver to be up the front places. Of course, he's a pretty good driver, but I wouldn't say he's the fastest in the tier. There are some guys who usually show some more speed, but Neil just controls it. He doesn't make big mistakes. He doesn't do stupid things. No difficult overtakes or stupid moves. Just keep it on track, keep it between the white lines, and then he shows us where you can get with just doing that. By taking the win last race in Australia, for example, because of the penalties of Mansell Bob and Apeldoorn there, he just jumped them while finishing behind. So we should see safety car in this lap again. Then it should be able. Yep, there we have it. Going into the last sector. Safety car lights go out. Lucky Egg is the new safety car up until the start-finish line. He's now controlling the pace. So let's see when he goes, and then quickly switch to Mansell Bob. See if he's napping or not. Let's switch to Mansell Bob. Waiting. The field is packed up real good, so we don't think. Oh, and there he goes. And Mansell Bob not able to be following Neil, leaving quite a big gap. So Lucky in the lead comfortably. Good restart from him. Let's go to the cam and get a big to the bed. I see a lot of deltas here closely to each other. Looking all good so far. Wow, a lot of smoke from locking brakes. Going wide there, Brian. You can do that 3 times, no, 2 times, sorry. In the actual F1 race you can do it 3 times, and the 4th time you get a penalty, but here on the game it's 3 times and you get a penalty, so he's still safe. And we see Lucky and Mansell Bob on his tail. I think he's gonna wait it out till the straight. You and Stewart side by side in the background. Can Stewart put it inside here? Yes, he goes forward, but then Neil leaves the room and have a better exit. And Stewart almost spinning out there, keeping the tight line, almost costing him to lose the rear, but he caught it. So Mansell Bob and Stewart in the background. Maybe we can take it on in one shot here. Mansell Bob going to the lead. Yes, he will. And Stewart, no, he backs out. Neil has the speed advantage on him for this time. Are there any other fightings? Charlie Harris or Mufasa side by side, going down the inside, giving each other room, letting each other live, and then maybe losing out to top car vlogger there. diving down the inside, top guard Flogger, and oh, he's always hitting Charlie Harris there, pushing Mufasa wide. He should be giving that place back to Mufasa. In my opinion, that was a bit of a dive. Really putting Mufasa outside of the track there. Not as bad as Max did on Norris in Mexico, but let's see for a little bit. I don't think he's going to give the place back. Maybe Mufasa will put it in the steward's room, maybe he won't. Let's wait and see. And then get back up to the fights in front. We see White Elliott in front of Stewart already, and now going for a move on Neil, not making it, sliding back in his rear. Going White, pushing Neil White also there, so it's the same situation. He overtook but didn't keep his car between the white lines. So also think he needs to give the position back, but yeah, he's not gonna do that. Harsh fighting now after the safety car restart, and we see Lucky still being able to follow Mansard Bob. That's quite an achievement. I know we know he can race in the tier, especially in the GT classes. He's exceptionally fast, but now showing some decent race pace here in F1. Is he going to make a move here for the lead again? Yes, he is. Mansard Bob not fighting it, knows he has the gap and the pit stop advantage still. Really close on his bumper again. And White Elliott picks up another 3-second penalty, so that makes 6. He already had 6 seconds. Let's get it up for everybody to see, like this. So where are the fights? Haschnagel and Vosdorp. Lange looking on the inside of Denden. Denden already back up to 9th after his pit stop. Well, he needs to get back up to 2nd to recover his starting position. Stewart on the back of Neil. Vosdorp picking up another 3-second penalty. Then now right on the tail of Morgan. There they're coming through the last corner on the straight. A lot of battery for Denden already side by side. DRS open for both. Morgan not fighting it too much. And a clean overtake. We see cars side by side in the background. Ralphie trying on FCT, not making it. And FCT picking up the 3-second penalty under pressure of Ralphie there. So there you have it. You don't have to always make the overtake work. He forced him into an error of going outside of the track. Oh, and then he spins almost out FCT, and then Ralphie picks up the place still. So, and top cows Vlogger putting it up the end, another track limit and going wide for FCT. Ay. There you have it. The pressure of the other guys making him going in from one error into another. Or is it, I see he has wing damage there. Yeah, he has wing damage. Left front, you see the wing end plate completely off. So that's not helping his race. Too bad for him. Then already on the back of Haschnagel, even past Vosdorp this lap also. And he's up the inside already. DRS open. Here we go. Extra speed. And bye-bye Eschnagel. Then up to 6th already after the restart. That's going quite nicely and not too far off Mansell Bob. Let's see. He's only 5.1 seconds behind Mansell Bob, and he has the benefit of the tire deficit. So this race isn't over yet. That's going to be interesting in a couple of lap times. Let's see what's happening in the background. We see Ralphie with the floggers, guys. 5 cars really close together. Lange making defensive moves on top. House flogger. You're a big man if you overtake in these tricky corners. It's much easier to just wait out to the straight. And Wendy, we see Lucky going in. Is he still continuing, or is he going for the softs? No, he's still stretching out. And we have a yellow flag. Who's on top? House flogger lost his car and is lost. Then already overtaking Stewart. He was 1.3 seconds behind whilst going into this lap, so he closed the gap with over a second and then overtook. So whoa, his pace, he's already a second up. It's 4.1 to the leader now, so then is flying, and I think we have a battle here. He's not up there yet, but he's definitely going to be up there with Mansell Bob in the front. Again, yellow flag. It's Huschnagel this time. No big damage done, just a little spin maybe, but he's continuing. FCT picking up another penalty. Oh, and we see Mufasa spinning there. So Mansell Bob, there you have it, on stream this time. He spun. But you have to give him credit, because all of you guys are driving with traction control on, and he doesn't. So big props for our owner Mufasa, being able to use assist but just don't. So let's get back up to the front. Mansell Bob 1.2 in front of, oh, and we see again White Elliott and Neil side by side, then on the rear of them already. So White Elliott holding on to 3rd place for now in this big fight with Neil. I can imagine Neil is gonna file a report on him in turn 1. But yeah, he will also jump in with the 6 seconds penalty, so that was a difficult word to pronounce after each other. And then up there, he lost 1.5 seconds to Mansell Bob again in this fight with the guys in front, so he needs to clear them really fast now to be able to bring the fight back to Mansell Bob. So White, oh, 3 White, is he gonna make this? So Neil giving room, and White Elliott, then they're touching. And White Elliott still holding on to 3rd place like this. I see a lot of guys going off track, trying to avoid each other. Then now in front of the 4 Stewart, getting involved again here. 4 cars, and Stewart hits White Elliott there. Yep, looked inevitable to happen with a 4-way fight. Everybody next to each other, so maybe we see Stewart getting a penalty for that later on in the stewards room if White Elliott reports it. But then comes out on top, and now he has clear air with Lucky still needing to pit, and we have 5.5 seconds to Mansell Bob with fresher medium tires. against the hearts of Mansell Bob. So that should be interesting. We come back to the fight later on. We'll keep an eye on the gap. Lucky, there he goes for his pit stop. Just said it. Is he gonna stop his car in time? No, I thought I saw him go really fast, and there you have a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. He was bumping himself in the forehead there. Going onto the soft tires. And Charlie Harris still continuing with his 10-second penalty. The game didn't do it with the pit stop, as I see now. Under pressure from top car flogger. Let's get back up to interval. Nope. This one, yes. So I can see the fighting going on. The gaps between cars. Ralphie putting in the fastest lap on new soft tires. And then getting a 3-second penalty for going too hot into turn 1. Charlie Harris on 8th position. We saw him go off earlier during the race. Just a weird snap of his car. When the corner was going right, his car just went left. Totally off. And he cut the whole third sector almost, and therefore got a 10-second time penalty. Now Den is slowly making up time to Mansell Bob. Gap now down to a half second. Hi there, Quiet Bird, one of our GT guys watching our Formula 1 stream. That's always good to see when our two different types of racing supporting each other and watching each other race. Should be fun to have some more of the F1 guys watching the GT streams in the weekend, because our commentators there, Chunky and Shippo, know what they're doing and always making a big spectacle out of the races. Even more, except next to the track action there. Two awesome races there yesterday, with a lot of battles, a lot of close wheel racing. So that's really fun to watch. And we see Vosdog going a bit of a dump track limit, sorry to say it, just going onto the straight and going over the line. He's gonna make a move on Elliott here. Yep, he does, with the DRS, slots in front and going wide again, so that's another track limit. Charlie Harris losing the position to Morgan, and we have a yellow flag. Who is it? It was Shippo, I guess. Went slowly, maybe a little spin. These two are going side by side still. Then they're now up to 4.2 seconds, so he made up a second in the last 2 laps. So at this rate, he's gonna catch Mansell Bob like three laps before the end. That's gonna be an interesting fight. And we see Top Car Vlogger and Ralphie off together in turn 1. What happened there? Do we see damage on Ralphie's car? Yes, we see the right end of his wing is completely gone, so he definitely hit Top Car Vlogger there. Top Car Vlogger, no damage, so we didn't see it, but with the damage I see, maybe we can say Ralphie hit Top Car Vlogger, but with the right front it's difficult, so there was a weird hit then. Maybe Top Car went up his inside and just hit him on his right front. But maybe we'll see it in the steward's room also after the race. Vosdog and White Elliott going at each other still. Then now 3.8 seconds off Nensverbo. Yes, they do quite work. They can choose when to apply a battery and in which mode. They have 4 different modes on the battery in the game. You see now Fosdok here is on hot lap mode, so that's the third fastest. You have none, you have medium, you have hot lap, and then you have overtake. 4 modes on the battery, and you see he's now on a battery with 40%. White Elliott has a lot more battery, 80%. He is now on medium, you can see it there, and he is now on overtake to try and keep in front. Fosdok still on hot lap, but with DRS, you see the rear wing open as enough to, and goes wide there by quite some margin, so that's going to be another track limit for him. Let's get back up. Mansell Bob in front, 3.3 seconds. Again, 2 laps done and a second off, so he needs 6 more laps at this pace to catch Mansell Bob. That should be he would be catching him on the last lap, but the question is, do the medium tires drop off faster? So the hards are the tires to be on. Again, a yellow flag. It's Brian, I guess. I see an Alpine there slowly. Was it Brian? No, I think it was Ralphie in the pack. He's letting everybody go. Yep, with the blue flag. Going wide, letting everybody through. His race done, so trying to stay out of everybody's way. Really difficult, but nice job from him. That's the way we like to see it. Stewart right on the back of Newell. So let's pick up with this fight here. Battery low. Stewart car, Newell also using a lot of battery. Stewart now deploying none, you can see it. So that means he's recharging a lot. Following Newell without using his battery, recharging it for the straight again. It's really good to see him play with the battery like that. It's really difficult to stay focused on track and play with the battery. So many factors they're doing at the same time, not only racing but also thinking about battery deployment and how I'm gonna make this overtake. I need more juice in there, more power. Here we go. DRS open, no battery deployed, so he should see the blinking light on Newell's car. No, the battery of Newell is completely drained. There we have it, the red blinking light. That means the battery is almost out and it wants the driver behind. Watch out, recharging battery, so a slower car. And it's always good to see that as a driver that the car in front is recharging. Then you know, alright, this is my time to shine. Let's get him. And the blinking light goes on when the battery is under 20%, I guess, or when you're lifting and recharging. Then pace dropped. He's not making up that much time anymore on Mansell Bob, so that means the tires have falling into each other's window. Mansell Bob on hards, then on mediums, but after the amount of laps they did, let's see how many. 18 laps on Denden's tires, 424, but they're almost at the same pace now. And as I'm saying that, Denden gets another 2 tenths on it. Stewart just comes short. And I think from what I'm seeing this race is Neil is driving with a lower wing setup, so he has more speed on the straight, helping him. Wow, Stewart drifting there, letting us see he's driving without traction control or half. And again the yellow flag, that's Ralphie again going slowly for a blue flag. Big props for Ralphie, usually a bit more up the field. Difficult race today, but then not being stubborn and letting everybody just go through. Position changes, so we see White Elliott from last to 5th. That's a stellar drive, but he has a lot of time penalties, so he will be falling down the order. But all the other guys also have a big time penalty gap. And there we have another spinner. Is it Mufasa again? Was it Mufasa? It was Mufasa again. Yeah, that corner is a real pain in the ass when you're driving without traction control. I can acknowledge that. So let's get back up to the front. Mansard Bob, 3 laps to go, and the gap 2.8 seconds. So we should be able to hang on there. Then trying to close the gap, did so until about lap 27, 28. Then the pace got evenly matched by Mansard Bob, so I think the tire deficit isn't in his advantage anymore. New up in 3rd, Stewart battling him in, but I just now see New also has a 3-second penalty, so Stewart doesn't have to overtake him, just has to follow him until the line, and then he gets the place with the time penalty of New. Vosdork, our Wednesday driver, reserving here in the champions car of Apeldoorn. Big slide, nice drift, like Max Verstappen does a lot in his car, the Red Bull. White Elliott on his tail with 3 seconds less, so White Elliott should take the place from Vosdork and has just that second on Charlie Harris he needs to have. I can imagine Charlie will put his situation in Stewart's room and maybe get the 10 seconds removed, because yeah, he just went off track. Wasn't he got a real big section of the track, so yeah, difficult one. I must do it myself. Do we take it off if he take it? I don't know, because he went on throttle on the grass and then just spun even more. Lucky Egg also a 10-second penalty for the pits, speeding in the pit lane. It's gonna hurt him. FCT in 9th. Lange, stellar drive from him, going from I think he started in like 17th or 18th. Where's the starting positions here? Yeah, 17th to 10th. Pretty decent drive from him. So we are on the last lap. Let's pick up Mansard Bob before I miss him going over the finish. No, he's just starting in this last lap. No big fights going on anymore, especially with all the penalties in between. And we're gonna see Mansard take his 3rd win out of 4 races here. Then bringing the challenge to him today. Oh, and we see White Elliott and Vosdork touching again. White Elliott not necessary to go for the overtake, but does, and therefore Vosdork is losing more positions. And also top house vlogger Shippo here next to each other. Do we see a cutback from Shippo? No, he doesn't make it stick. Mansard Bob going to the last corner. Another win for him. Exceptional drive again. Then in second, New crossing the line in third, but losing out the podium to Stewart because of his track limit penalty. Second in the championship, New. White Elliott, I think we're gonna see some of his actions and moves also in the steward's room later on. And there, with all the penalties, we see so Lucky and Vostok dropping a few positions, Haschnagel jumping, and we also see again Haschnagel and Lucky finishing almost within a second of each other. They were always joking around in the Discord chat how they are driving so close to each other every time, and now there you have it, finishing within a second of each other again. So that was round 4 of our purple sector tier. Again, Manselbab with a win, 3rd win in 4 races. He went across the finish line in the 3rd race also, but with the penalty was the win for New. So Manselbab before, then Stewart picking up the podium, New in 4th, J.R. Morgan inheriting 5th without penalties. You see what it does, just keep it between the white lines and picking up a lot of places there from 12th on the grid. White Elliott, good drive from him from P20 to 6th. Lange even 7th. Wow, Lange, good job from you, mate. Good to see you up there. Charlie Harris, unlucky race for him. Haschnagel 9th, lucky. Vosdorp, Shippo in 12th. FCT top house vlogger, Brian Mufasa top car vlogger, Ralphie, Gavin Poynton and LLCC were out of this race. So guys, thanks for watching again, and our next event is this Wednesday when our cooking tier, the faster guys, are going for Austria, and that's a one-shot quali with 100% race. So there we have a big race for you this Wednesday on F1. I'm Herman, and I will see you next week.